Okay. Okay. There we go. Oh shit. I guess I should probably post the link somewhere real quick. Okay. Oh, Jay Gruden is going to Indianapolis. Okay. Is that Marvin Lewis? Yeah, Marvin Lewis is taking over in Carolina. Oh, wow. Already moves are cracking. Coach hirings. Let's see. What? What happened to my tweet? Oh, there it is. So let's tweet that out. Okay. Alright, now I'm ready. Now IBs are ready. Sorry about that. I just wanted to make sure got the link out there. So, as you guys can see from the top stories, first of all, welcome back to Footballology. Let's get into this build. Or I guess this dynasty we're trying to build. We just came off of a Super Bowl loss against the Pittsburgh Steelers, as you see right there. 31-24, and it was a burner. It was a bad game. Josh Dobbs basically took care of us. Le'Veon Bell was Super Bowl MVP. I was looking at a couple of these news stories real quick. Marvin Lewis is going to be Carolina's new head coach. Jay Gruden to Indianapolis is going to be pretty interesting as well. Then we got the Steelers. Just kind of glancing over everything. So you can see that already Marvin Lewis being a Cincy, he's probably going to switch to a 4-3 because he has Clay Matthews going to left end right now. Deion Lewis talking about losing a step, or losing a step rather. Let's see what else. I'm trying to just kind of glance over some of the stories, just trying to get an idea what the season's going to go over. I kind of like, if you watch the off season and how teams are starting to build their teams and their rosters and what coaches are coming in, you'll start understanding your opponent a little bit earlier into the process. Our slot receiver got top sales in Jersey. Wow, that's what's up. Yeah, I did. I guess he made our team some extra revenue. But what I was saying though, like if you go over what you see what some of the teams do as far as coach hirings and players that they're bringing in and how they're switching those players in different positions, they also can show you what that team is going to be like going into the season if you were to happen to match up against them. We don't know who we're going to match up against just yet. But it kind of gives you an idea of what they're looking for as far as players. And then also like going into the draft, maybe you have to kind of get somebody sooner than later kind of type deal. So that's about it, honestly. I mean, the stories are pretty cut and dry. So that was it. So on the re-sign screen, as of right now, I have 2 players I want to re-sign, and it's really interesting. So the right tackle Powers, I was looking at him. His attributes are pretty nice. For him to be a 1-year pro, we're going to get him really cheap. And worst case scenario, he comes in and plays a couple of snaps for us if somebody goes down. Hopefully nobody goes down because that's something we really don't want. He has good strength and good impact blocking. That's something that we can truly work with. Just foundational building blocks as far as that goes. So I'm going to put him on a 3-year deal. Something easy. bring him in for a couple of years, and by the end of the 3-year deal, he either turns into something solid or he end up, being just another backup guy. But like I said, having that depth at the tackle position is something that I always kind of try to focus on as much as possible. Now, this guy is truly interesting. He didn't do much when we inserted him into the starting lineup early in the season, but as the season progressed, he started to show signs of being a quality player. And even in the playoff game, I want to say against Seattle, he made some big plays. And I think against Atlanta as well, he made some big plays. And so he showed signs that he can probably be promising or be something potentially good. So what I'm going to do is I am going to bring him back probably 2 years, give him a couple of dollars, nothing crazy, because I'm still going to be trying to look for a safety in the draft. I feel like strong safety was one of our weaker points. Maybe we look for a free safety, move Jerron Red back down to strong. That could be a possibility as well. But as of right now, I want to bring this guy back just in case we kind of fumble ourselves in the draft process or in the free agent process if we decide to pick up some free agents. So that was really it. We just had those two guys to take care of. Nothing crazy. And so Jerron Red, like I was saying, just real quick, Jerron Red was a guy that I feel that could play both strong and free safety. We had him at free safety. I think him being at free safety kind of, his lack of speed kind of started to show up in a lot of plays. Him kicking, like him trying to move downfield. Just a lot of things like he just did not do well, but he is a well player. Like he's a decent player. Like he makes plays when plays need to be made, but I feel like he's better being in the box at the strong safety position. He was just our best DB this whole entire year, if you ask me personally. Maybe Rashad Booty was probably second best, but he was probably the most consistent DB we had back there. So that's something I definitely want to increase or improve going into the free agent part and the draft part. Pass rush is definitely on our list. Losing Palmer showed me that the depth that I thought I had at pass rush is just not there. Once Palmer and Booker goes down, we're pretty much just getting stonewall at the line of scrimmage, and that's something that we can't have going into next year. And I think that's kind of hindered us in the free agent process, or in the Super Bowl, sorry. Lester is a guy, this is crazy. So I drafted this guy, and I benched him. He just didn't show up when it came time to actually make plays. Seemed like he couldn't get off blocks. Seemed like he was just kind of there. So I'm really interested. I might end up having to move him for something. Maybe get some more draft capital. No first-round picks because I already got my first-round picks in order. So I got to figure out something to do with this guy because he's a good overall. I want to get something in the return and just see what we can get out of it or deal. Like I said, he just doesn't seem like he moves really well when he's on the field, and that's something we can't have. Swope and McIntyre in the middle of our defense, and when those guys are healthy, two of the best inside linebackers in the game, and you can't ask for better linebackers in my personal opinion. I think with those two guys, 1 second, hold on. With those two guys being in the middle of our defense, it really makes our defense formidable. And just kind of really, I think we can control the middle of the field at times. Swope definitely needs improvement on his zone and just his overall coverage. Once that gets improved right there, I think he'd be an even better linebacker than what he already is. Once we start to improve him in those aspects, in those areas of his game, I think he's going to be even more dangerous than what he already is. And then we already know about McIntyre. If you don't know about McIntyre, go check the boy's highlight out. He's a boss. He's a beast for sure. So that's it. Just to kind of give you guys a rough glance over our roster real quick. Offensively, quarterback is set. Running back is so frustrating. I love Freeman. I love this running back. He is so nice with it, but he stays injured. And so that was something that I said in the Super Bowl that we might have to end up addressing this offseason. We might end up looking at the running back. He is getting older anyways. So we might end up having to look at a running back, maybe another outside receiver because Florence has injury issues as well. And then left tackle is also a dire need. I felt like that's something we can improve on as well. So it was like when we lost Freeman at the back end of the season, I think we lost him in the playoff game, if I remember correctly. And when we lost him, our run game just went to poo-poo. And so, we can't have that, especially I feel like if we had Freeman against, Le'Veon Bell in the Super Bowl, it would have been running back for running back, and I think Freeman would have won that matchup. Just saying, maybe slightly biased, but I'm just saying. So that's it. Let's get to this free agent aspect or free agent part of the offseason. Let's see if we're going to pick up some guys, create some depth. We got some guys returning back from injury. Palmer, Morton, our left tackle. Once again, a guy that's just a beast. But when he's healthy, and it's always that when he's healthy. Look at it, he's a 12th ranked tackle in the league right now. He's a solid tackle. He's really good when he's healthy. I mean, he's rarely healthy, but when he's healthy, it's nice. He's a stud, if you will. He's definitely a guy that we can rely on. The rest of our offense line, I feel like guys are just really just rocks, honestly. Green at tight end is something that I'm really considering moving around because his run blocking sometimes becomes an issue down the stretch. So that's something that we can look into as well. So let's see what free agents we got to mess with. Well, we got a couple of dollars to mess with. I'm not trying to spend too much money, but if the right person's calling, why not? So we got Cam Chancellor. We just talked about the safety position. Cam Chancellor, he's getting older. He's wanting 2 years, $3 million. That's good money for what I'm going to get out of him in that position. That's really good money. But then it leaves Red at free safety, and I feel like that kind of leaves us vulnerable, and that's something I don't want to do either. What's this? Tony Jefferson. So with Tony Jefferson, once again, I don't want. It's either he's playing free. I'm not sure. Like, we're getting slower if we move him to free, but we get better play rec and zone out of him than what we already have there currently. That's an option, but once again, we're old there. I rarely spend money in free agency. I rarely try to spend any kind of money in free agency. I like to look around. Kenny Stills is probably one of my favorite receivers, honestly. Kenny Stills is a guy that I probably can consistently draft or consistently sign every offseason and be completely okay with the outcome. Now, Jordan Willis, this is an interesting one. He's 26 years old. He is a good pass rusher. Like, he's a really interesting pass rusher. Now, if I pick him up, that means I would have to move on from J.C. Clayton because I like Palmer playing the left out linebacker position. So if I got Jordan Willis, that would mean he would play the right outside linebacker position, and that would be pretty interesting too. So I might, I don't know. We're gonna revisit that. Like, because that's a really interesting one. Jimmy Ward, he's just a long corner. We don't need long corners. We're looking for nickel corners right now. Vernon Hargreaves will not be a Chicago Bear going into week 1. I can't roster that dude. Dan Feen, left end, Alex Smith, backup quarterback. Chris Godwin, for some reason I thought he was taller. Now, this is a good, interesting pickup as well, but I think the money and the usage that I'm going to get out of him just wouldn't be right. Like, the trade-off would just wouldn't be right, so I wouldn't go that route. Kenyon Drake, he's 27, he's a little bit older. So, you know what? I'm just going to call it now. I don't see myself spending any money for real right now in free agency. I don't see anyone that's, like, truly standing out to me. Now, this Roquan McMillan is a really interesting one as well. With Roquan, I think that's a guy that can definitely improve our middle linebacker position, but once again, usage to payment, I just don't see the use for it. I'm a big Muhammad Wilkerson fan as well. I think we're good there. We got Onobun, we got Woods, I got Booker, and then I got Carey, a guy waiting in the wings right now, so I'm going to wait on that. Marlon Humphreys, he has speed, he has acceleration, he has good press. Now, this is a possible slot pickup right here. Here's a guy that I could pick up and probably replace Vernon Hargreaves with currently and have a really good nickel corner. I know that's not his traditional role, but with his agility and press, I'm already seeing him being a solid inside corner, a guy that can be solid and be a consistent playmaker, honestly. Let's go look at Vernon Hargreaves' attributes real quick. I just want to be sure. Like I said, Vernon Hargreaves won't be a Chicago Bear. That's 100% for certain. So he's faster than Vernon. Obviously, Vernon Hargreaves have higher agility. We knew that was coming. His man is better. It's just like you see these attributes, and it's like, bro, how do you not play better than what he was pitting out? Like, his pit out is just, it was frustrating. It was really, really frustrating. So Marlon Humphreys is definitely an option also as a free agent pickup. I know I got some first round picks, but I know if I don't strike now on Jordan Willis and Marlon Humphreys, I'm going to probably leave myself vulnerable to those guys being, on a different roster. And that's not something I want either. Collection of Simile. Oh, yeah, he's just older. I try to stay away from older free agents just because I want to get as much usage out of the contract as possible. Now, this is a good one. I'm a big Derek Barnett fan. I think this dude's a monster. I think he's really good. But for what we're going to use, because we're going to kick him to outside linebacker, I'm not sure if he has enough tools to be a good outside linebacker or what we're looking for. His power moves and his strength definitely is exciting me, or like it's exciting to me. But it's like, I'm a huge Derek Barnett fan though, so like that's ooh, I'm talking about nickel corner. Buda Baker though, he just doesn't have man. His pursuit is good, his zone is down. I mean, I could leave him at safety and just move him to free, move red down. That could be a high possibility as well. He definitely has the zone. He has a play rec. That's a strong possibility right there. Well, he doesn't have zone. He has 73 zone. Oof. I don't know what the fuck I was looking at. We got Kobe Fleener. Tight end. He's older. Henderson. Yeah. I think I'm gonna hold off on buying or paying anyone right now. Let's go see what this free agent or this draft class have to offer. Kenny Galladay. Now that's tempting. That's really tempting. Let's see what this free agent or this draft class has to offer, and then we'll probably come back and revisit this, and hopefully we still got somebody that we can try to throw off red if we don't like what we see. I just want to wait. I want to weigh my options. I want to see what these combine reports are going to say, because once the combine reports come out, that's going to really kind of tell me what I'm looking for or what I'm going to be going after as far as free agents goes. I'm going to check my picks. So I got my 2 ones that I'm supposed to have, which I'm not even seeing myself using those, and that's the one reason why I'm kind of holding back. I got a 6th overall pick, and then I got my own pick. So like, we can go out and get a nickel corner, or we can go out and get a pass rusher, which is a strong possibility. And that's something that I might end up doing, honestly. It's just going out and going to give me a guy in the top half of the draft as far as a pass rush or a nickel corner. And we got some good outside corners here. So what I was also thinking, now this is a strong possibility as well. This guy is a monster. That might have to happen. That literally might have to. That might have to happen right there. So what I was thinking also is that Rashad Booty he's a solid corner. Like I actually like Rashad Booty a lot. I think he's a guy that's a solid number 2 all day, every day of the week. With his size, though, kind of scares me, but he has 91 agility. If I was to kick him down into nickel, I think he could still be a playmaker at the nickel position. His size kind of worries me off, because I don't know why. It's just a weird thing. But in this situation, I might go against it, because if that corner, I think it was Montgomery, I can go get him, move Booty down to the nickel spot, and have Montgomery sitting on the outside with Sully on the other side. And that would be, I would have some towers out there at the cornerback position for sure, but I think that would be the best way to go. As you guys can see, I was definitely looking hard at the cornerback position. So yeah, this from Clemson, he ran a 4.2. Like, come on. If worst case scenario, I'll move him to the 1, move Sully to the 2. I would still have two stud corners. That did not want to come out. We got Rashad Clayton. So like we definitely have our pick of corners, if you will. How's this dude 5'10" and ran a 4.5? That frustrates me. His 3 cone being a 6'9" is kind of cool, but I want to see that better. He obviously has good press at 23 bench reps. This dude's going to be a fucking hard, like, he's going to make it difficult for nickel corners or nickels slot receivers to come off the line of scrimmage. There we go. Oh, man. Or to get off the line of scrimmage. I didn't want to come out. So I'm just looking at some of the smaller corners. I think that getting Montgomery in the first with our top 6 pick or top 10 pick, I think that would be the way to go. And then I think we'll be set at the cornerback position, honestly. We'll just kick some people down. Here's a guy that we can probably pick up late that just kind of add that depth to our cornerback position. So that's something to keep in mind. Who's this guy? He ran a 4.38. Now, see, this guy is interesting too. Like, I know his attributes don't say much, but his play card or his combine report tells me more than his top 3 skills. So obviously the 4.3 means he's fast, good vertical for his size. Having that 6'7" cone, top 5 and all corners, that's solid. That means he's going to be quick and agility. He's from Miami, right there makes him good. 21 reps, so it's 2 less reps than the other guy who ran a 4.5. And this guy is going undrafted talent with a 5th round pick projected. So it's like, I can steal this guy from the NFL and possibly get a steal in general. So this guy is definitely going to be on our high list or our must draft list, because I don't think I have that many picks. So I don't have that many picks for real, and I don't need that many picks. So I want to kind of be smart about what I do get. That guy's definitely interesting. He's definitely on my watch list, like hardcore. I think that's a guy that has to be a Chicago Bear, and it can easily replace Vernon Hargreaves. So I think I'm comfortable with the cornerback position right now, as far as what I can see. So now if we don't get the guy Montgomery at the top half of the draft, that Clark dude at the back half of the draft would be an option for sure. So then we come over to the safety position. Now safety is definitely a high need for us. So that's going to be something else that can compete with pass rusher and slot corner. So now we look at this Phillips guy. This Phillips guy ran a 4.4, 6 foot, 213. He has B+ hit power. That lets me know he's, obviously he's a banger. He's banging. Good 3-cone. Good 20-yard shuttle. So I mean he has good power. Vert is a 339. Like that's solid. Like this dude's play. Obviously his combine report is perfect. Like you couldn't ask for a better combine report. And he's supposed to be projected late, so I don't know if we can get him in the 3rd or the 31st overall pick. Maybe we package Vernon and a 31st overall pick, go up and go get our guy if we're that high on him. But then we have this guy here who had a run of 4.49, a little bit taller, 228. Now, see, the thing is, these guys are free safeties, and they don't have high zone. This guy has high zone. This guy didn't have high zone, but I love that A- hit power. I'm more attracted to that than I am zone, but that's going to get me in trouble later in mid part of the season where, he got balls flying over his head. So that's something you got to take into consideration. If I'm looking for a free safety, I want a guy with high zone, a guy that's going to be able to actually, play that ball when it's in the air. C zone. So this guy is interesting too. Once again, something just a weird little nick or little thing with me. Smaller safeties kind of like not my thing, but then like you see a guy like this, like how do you not respect the combine report? For one, he is a little bit of a hitter, not a hard hitter, but that C zone kind of makes me interested in him with his size and his speed that he's going to be able to bring to the table. I don't know what his play record is going to look like. His play record is probably going to be a little bit lower, but he's going to be a guy that I can definitely see being impactful or being a guy that can actually probably play the position really well. Not going to say it, but maybe Earl Thomas, you know what I mean? Like that's the only time, every time I think of undersized safety, I always automatically go back to Earl Thomas. Or Bob Sanders. Bob Sanders, he's one of my favorite safeties. Dude just can't stay healthy. Okay, and that's it really for the safeties. This dude run a 4.61, but he's interesting though. So he has a B zone, like we've been talking about zone this whole entire time. The 4.61 is definitely kind of a turnoff, but that zone, and then if he has decent play rec, he's not an athlete. He just looks like a football player to me. Alright, so let's see. Oh no, available. Let's go back to some strong safeties. Now the thing is, if we get an athletic strong safety, so like this guy here, could he possibly move to free? I don't know. He's a little bit undersized for the strong safety position for me. I kind of want the strong safety to be like 205 and higher, but you still want him to move quickly. So because he's going to be in the box most of the time. He's going to be playing more run than anything than over the top. But you kind of also what I've noticed that you want your safeties to mirror each other. You want them to be able to, if one has to come down, he can be just as impactful as the other one, and vice versa. The same thing if one is at the top, you want him to be able to play zone just as good as the other safety as well. So these free safeties aren't as appetizing as the strongs. We got another undersized guy here, run a 4.44. Like, come on, that is ridiculous. At his size, once again, he's gonna probably move to free for sure for me. Moving to free though, I think that at the top of the key like that, he probably see the whole field and use that speed and quickness, his ability. And once again, what's his play rec like is the big question here. He's not going to be a thumper. That kind of makes me frustrated, but he has a C+ tackle, so that in itself makes it a little bit more I guess, okay, because then it lets me know that he's going to at least be able to come down and hold his own in the box when it comes time to tackle some of these running backs, aka Le'Veon Bell in the Super Bowl, because he destroyed us. Alright, so let's go look at some pass rushers real quick. I always like to start at the outside linebacker position because there's more there's more pass rushers there, it seems like, most of the time, especially because we play in a 3-4, so these guys are more natural at the position. Obviously, it's Madden, so it doesn't matter, but I like to think of it that way. This Brown guy, obviously from his top 3 skills tells you out of the gate he's a pass rusher at heart. He's a guy that can get around corners. Now his 3 cone being a 7-1 doesn't do much for me, because I feel like when guys have higher 3 cone, they're able to bend that corner a little bit better. And for him to have decent finesse moves kind of intrigues me even more, because I would thought that his 3 cone would probably be the best thing on his combine report. At a 7-1 though, it's not bad, but it's still definitely decent. Just cover 2 linebackers. So this is the only time that I usually go by types. So you got cover 2. We're not looking for a cover linebacker at all. So run stopper is a guy that can usually try to get upfield a little bit, but this dude's combine report is just not there. Top 3 skills is not what we're looking for. So him just being a pure run stopper, he's the guy that you probably put on strong side, strong at the point of attack. Not really hard. It's really kind of hard to move off his spot. This guy, we had him on our hot list. Projected late second round, but once again, he's just gonna be out of our control, because I don't have any second round picks. I'm definitely not spending the first on him when I have other guys sitting on the board. So I like these prototype guys. Oh my god, he ran a 4.5, but once again, this 3 cone to being a 7-1 it kind of turns me off. He had 23 reps on the bench. It's like, come on, bro. But he's 6'5", so you take the long arms in consideration, so maybe he could be a little better. He does have power moves, which is kind of interesting, honestly, because I thought he would be closer to the block or the finesse move side of things. Don't know what his block shedding is, and that would probably be the biggest turnoff there. Could he be able to hold his own against a tackle that, high pass block or anything like that? I don't know. I don't see him doing that per se. Harmon Ash, that's not bad. We're gonna put him on our high list. We're out of points now, but there's definitely some guys down here at the bottom of the list that I want to kind of keep my eye on. And then we still got to go to the left outside linebacker position. So we might end up finding somebody there as well. As of right now, I can see us drafting Montgomery with our 6th overall pick, and then coming back around. I see who's still available at free agency. Coming back around and then possibly trying to get that safety if we have to trade up, because we still got to move Vernon Hargraves. Jordan Willis is still there too. So unfortunately, we know that we got maybe one potential pass rusher we're looking at, but not 100%. The safety position is still up in the air. There's Derek Barnett still here, because I truly am interested in Derek Barnett, and I don't think he is, because he was about an 80 overall. So somebody scooped him already. Shane Ray's another guy also that you could probably possibly move to the outside position. His block shedding is really a turnoff, because when it comes to running the run game, that means he's gonna get stuck on blocks in the run game, and that's something we can't have. 76 tackling, and he's a 6-year pro, so I'm not gonna get a lot of life out of that contract. Let's see who the league picked up then. They got Evan Ingram going to the Colts. Oh my god. So who was the head coach? Jay Gruden. Jay Gruden's picking up Evan Ingram. He likes his tight ends. That's gonna be a good move for them. Philadelphia getting Cam Chancellor. Jacksonville's going, Calais Campbell's going back to Jacksonville. Tony Jefferson to Miami. Awuzie, I think that's how you say it. The Jets are getting some CB help. Stills is going to the Bucks. Dan Finney to the Cardinals. So that's who we got here. Chris Godwin going to the Chiefs. Okay. I'm not sure who the Chiefs quarterback is. We'll have to check that out. Roquan McMillan. So now we're going to see this man 2 times a year now, because he's in the Detroit Lion uniform. Baltimore's getting Muhammad Wilkerson. I like that pickup for them. Humphreys went to Miami. All right, well, at least he's out of conference. And then Barnett went to the Raiders. And then Buda Baker went to the Chiefs as well. Whoa. The Chiefs ain't messing around. So they got Kenny Galladay, Chris Godwin, Corey Legit, and Buda Baker. Come on. All right, they suiting up for something. I don't know what they suiting up for, but they are. Sean Kaiser's going to Miami. 1 second. I'm going to see who the Chiefs quarterback is right now, because that's really intriguing to me. See who the Chiefs got at quarterback. Travis Kelce. So they do got Pat Mahomes. He's a normal development, so I don't think he's blossomed yet. And it's kind of unfortunate because he's 25 years old. So it's going to be interesting to see if he has an opportunity to blossom to the quarterback that, obviously he is in real life. But with Godwin and Kenny Galladay, they ain't messing around. They're getting them some weapons. So let's go ahead and we're going to advance this week. And so now we got to check out some more pass rushers. We still got 2 more weeks. We're going to check out some more pass rushers and see if we have somebody. If not, we might have to pick up somebody out of free agency if I'm not 100% comfortable with getting guys out of free or getting through the draft. And then, like I said, there's some late guys that, you know, maybe we'll get a gem or two. Now, this guy's been Lacey Bishop. Sorry, he's been in the the news about being one of the better guys coming out this year. So that's gonna be something interesting as well. Power moves, got good block shedding, pursuit. But once again, the 3-cone kind of turns me off, but it's only a 7.12, and it was like the 5th best of outside linebackers or left outside linebackers. So that's decent. Like, it's obviously a lot better than some guys who are looking at the right side. I think the 20-yard shuttle kind of turns me off because I'm not sure if he has a lot of leg drive, and so that's gonna be interesting as well. Same thing, you can look at the broad jump and the 40-yard the vert to see that he doesn't have not generated leg power. So that's gonna be interesting as well. Let's see what else we got here. That dude's a prototype. Balance guys I try to stay away with unless I'm trying to do something at the inside linebacker position. Now here is a project if I've ever seen one. Now I don't know what his block shedding is, which is the biggest thing right here. He ran a 4.10 or 7.10 in a 3-cone, so he has a little bit of agility to him. He's 35 inches in a vert. And then that 20-yard shuttle. So that's that leg drive. This dude's a pure, obviously he's a prototype, but this dude's a pure athlete at this point. He's a guy that we can draft and probably sit for a year and then probably release him the following year as probably one of the league's best pass rushers or probably a vicious pass rusher. Not saying he's going to be that, but just saying something that's a possibility as well. I think that would be really interesting, honestly. So definitely going to be a guy on our high list. Obviously, he's going undrafted, so that's something that we don't have to worry about using our first-round pick on. This guy, I don't know. It's the only thing I don't see on here is block shedding. And if I'm looking for a pass rusher, I need to know you can get off blocks. I need you to get off blocks. And if you can't get off blocks, then it's just like, what good are you? Like, you're just going to get stuck at the line of scrimmage. I'd rather take this prospect over this prospect, basically because of the block shedding being his top 3. Finesse moves is cool, power moves is cool, but you got to be able to get off blocks. If you can't get off blocks in the run game, we will get torched, and I'm not trying to get torched. So that's going to be it for the backers. Let's go see what we got the defensive end spot. So obviously with the defensive end spot, this guy right here, we don't need a guy like Scotty just because he's bigger, and so he'd be more or less like a Longwoods or a Ono Bun, a guy that will play that position, kind of our run stopper. Obviously, he's a run stopper, 3-4, but that's the position that he plays. So that's not the guy we're looking for. So we're looking for somebody like Bobo. Dude, last name is Bobo. That's funny. And so we're looking for a guy like Bobo, just basically because he's long. For one, I like longer pass rushers. Obviously, that's the thing. Guys with longer arms can kind of extend, get those tackles arms off of them. But his 20-yard, so his vert is decent, and his vert not decent. Sorry, he's a 33. You would like to see that higher, but at 6'7", that actually means he's getting up there for sure. And then here on a 4.4 and a 20-yard shuttle, he has a little bit of leg drive, and then 28 bench reps. He has a little bit of power to his game, not a lot, but something that is probably suffice enough. But what's his block shedding going to be? That's something that I keep telling you guys is like what their block shedding going to be, because that's really vital. That's really important to what we want to do. So then we look at this guy. 3-cone is down at 7.2. We probably can get an outside linebacker with a better 3-cone. And his vert is down. This guy's just, I don't know what this guy is. I really don't know. He got good finesse, good pursuit. He's probably just a football player. It is the best way to probably put it. He's like a New England Patriot player. It sounds bad, but like everyone makes a joke that like New England likes white players, or it's literally just about being a football player. This guy is a New England player. He's just a football guy. I think he's a guy that obviously somebody's gonna draft him. He's just gonna be consistent. That's it. Like, he's just gonna be a consistent beast. Somebody that's just gonna kind of wreak havoc consistently. So now this guy, getting him in the 5th round would be interesting to just create that depth. Even though we got a lot of depth at that position currently already, good block shedding, good hit power, and then tackling. But does he have a move? Does he have a finesse or power moves, or does he not know what he is yet? Is he not? Obviously, I don't think he's gonna be a finesse guy. He's gonna be like a bull rush kind of guy. But 34 inches and a vert for his size and that height, that's ridiculous. And then a 3-cone drill. The 3-cone is 7.3. That's, once again, we got to take his stature into consideration. And at this point, that's ridiculous. They have him listed at a 4.3 run stopper. I think this dude could easily be a 3 tech and just be a monster with that 39 reps on the bench too, and that broad jump. Dude got some vicious power, got some nice power. So that's gonna be a guy that we're gonna keep our eye on just for a luxury pick, but we don't need him. Like, we don't need him, but it's gonna be a luxury pick. And at that pick, that's good value. If we get him in the 5th round, that's great value. So right now, from what I can see, as far as the pass rushing position goes, we either go Brown or we're going Bishop. I think those are our only 2 options. If we don't get those guys, then we can go. I think there was it a right out backer? Pretty sure it was a right out backer. Was it the Navy guy? The Navy guy? Maybe the Navy guy. I feel like I missed somebody. I did all that talking. And no, I'm thinking of the cornerback position. That's what it was. I was thinking of the cornerback. So the pass rushing position is definitely up in the air. It's either Bishop, Turk is a guy that also we can get too. I mean, look at that 3 cone. Like, I'm talking about bend around the corner. This dude got that. He got everything. He ran a 4.66. He's a solid. Like, the only thing I don't know, like, he's 6 foot, and it's like that whole like smaller pass rusher mentality. But then, like, if you dude got finesse moves though, he got the white freeney cracking. Like, I don't care how big you are, like, you can get around anybody. So that's awesome. That's also a possibility as well. But that means he's at the top of the draft. Do we miss out on Phillips at the safety position? What do we do there? Because we won't be able to get Coffee unless we take him in our 1st round. So it's either we get Phillips. Now, if we get Phillips can go to free. I mean, he stay at free, and we can bring Red down to strong, and that's a strong possibility as well. I like that idea. I like that a lot, actually. And then we can get Montgomery with our first round pick. And I think that would be an opportunity for us to kind of bring in some more cornerback depth, and then obviously that. And then there was Clark, I want to say his name was. Yeah, there he is. So this is the guy I was thinking of earlier. This guy I definitely want to try to pick up in the draft too. So that's going to be one of our late round picks. So with all that being said, I think that the pass rusher position is not going to get addressed early in the draft. It's going to be late. So, we're going to have to look really deep. Like, here we go right here. Maybe Moody, if he falls to us. Got good finesse. Don't know what his block shedding is. 3 cone is nice. So this guy might actually be a possibility of being a pickup right here. We get him late, and that's going to give us the opportunity to probably get a possible pass rusher. This guy as well, another possible late pass rusher. So what I'm thinking about doing, don't need. Let's waste the rest of these points on tackle position. So we're just gonna go straight to the bottom of the barrel because that's where we're going to have to start working from. See if anybody got. So I always like to look at, if the tackle has like 29, 30 reps, like this guy right here, got some decent reps. If they got reps, because the strength is something you can't increase because it costs so much XP. So you want to try to get a guy with high strength and high impact right out of the gate. So that's not something you're spending a butt ton of XP on. And so you can kind of upgrade to other things, the important awareness and things of that nature. So you definitely want to try to get a guy with some high reps. I'm just kind of looking at reps at this point. And so I always, once again, it's kind of a height thing. It seems like taller tackles are more effective. And so if you can find a guy, a taller tackle. This guy, 24 reps, though. Interesting guy at 24 reps. I bet that strength is going to be so low. And that's something that we don't want. You guys can see already, I've gone through and check marked most of the guys that are 6'5" at the position. So, maybe sometimes you get it. I've done it before. I've gotten a steal at the center position and kicked him out to tackle. And everything was good. Wow. We may have just found a gem. Like, we may have found our diamond in the rough of the draft. Carter Vernon. This guy is interesting as hell. Good C+ back. He's a guard, so C+ pass blocking doesn't bother me at all. This guy, that's going to be something that we have to use one of our 5th round picks on. We got 3 5th rounds. Yeah, that's going to be a guy that we have to go look at. I didn't look at tight end and I didn't look at running back. I'm up here messing around. So that dude skipped the combine. He's in a balanced tight end set. This guy ran a 4.8. I want an athletic tight end. As you guys can see, I like to utilize my tight end a lot. It's part of my pass attack. He's definitely a passer, consistent pass catcher in my offense. So that's something that I want consistently. A guy that's going to be able to be a threat both in the run game and the pass game. And I like the taller tight ends. I like the consistent matchup. A guy that's 6'5". This dude's 6'4". Can't pass block. That's random. Why pass block? Can he run block though? He's 6'4", 263. But I would like to, a 6'5" dude. So maybe this Woodhead dude we get late in the draft with our 6th or 7th round pick and just see what happens. Kind of run with it. He skipped the combine, so it can't hurt much. See if we might get a steal or not. I mean, because if he has decent speed and acceleration, at least a decent acceleration, I can work with the rest. And then we got the running back position. I scouted the top running back for some reason, and he's actually not that bad actually. And so now we're kind of looking for realistically. So to give you guys have obviously seen Freeman and how he pretty much torched, like he killed the league this year until he gets hurt and just disappears. 6'1", 217. That's kind of where I like the running backs. That's that Le'Veon Bell size, if you will. With that speed and acceleration that Freeman possessed, he just makes him a beast. And it's hard for teams to bring him down. But, when they hit him, he's down for the count. So it's kind of like we're looking for a Freeman replacement, so to speak. A guy that's about the same size, same stature, good speed. I like the bigger backs, guys that can consistently take a banging. So this guy, he's a little bit undersized, quote unquote. But this guy would kind of fit that mold as well. That'd be something that'd be interesting as well. This is a one-cut back. The one-cut backs are decent too. But I'm looking for a home run hitter. Like if I turn around and hand you the ball, I want you to take off. I want you to take care of business. Like finish that. So I mean, the running back position is pretty scarce, honestly. Outside of what the top guy, this guy that we scouted. So that's it. So the running back position is scarce, so we didn't miss out on much there as far as scouting. I don't feel like I hurt myself by not scouting any running backs. Kind of want to take care of the bigger pieces on defense as far as like the pass rush and the safety and obviously the cornerback position. We still got one more week of scouting. So I'm going to knock this week out real quick. We know what we want. We know what we're looking for. We already kind of mapped out our draft, so at this point it's just going to be whatevs. Can we get out another? We did talk about getting another outside guy. So our receiver actually was been our Achilles heel until we traded for the current boss mode receiver we got now. So this guy Curry Edwards. Okay, so we talk about a Freeman or a Florence replacement. This dude right here might be that. He might be that replacement for Florence, and that's okay. So it's crazy because Freeman and Florence are like two of my biggest weapons on offense, and they just stay hurt. And so it's like we can't live on that. Like if I get to the playoffs again, well, we haven't had Freeman in the postseason at all for the last like 2 seasons. So like he's been hurt. I even benched him week 17, and he ended up getting hurt in the divisional round. And it's too much, man. It's literally just too much. I can't have you be my star player and a guy that I'm consistently relying on to do things, and then you go out with injuries. And so it's like we can't have those things. Did I see where's Edwards supposed to go? 4th round. So we want to get Curry Edwards, unfortunately, and I think he's going to be nice. So that's unfortunate. Alright, so let's go ahead and move this on. Just burn the rest of XP. Alright, that's that. Or the rest of the scouting points. Alright, so it's draft time. Enough talking, enough jib jab. We're gonna go ahead and get down to business. Held you guys up long enough. Oh yeah, no, sorry. I usually popped up on my screen. Like this is the first, like I just seen your comments. No, yeah, that's the point. So all my draft is predicated off everything from the 5th and 6th round down. So I got a lot of those. I got 2 1s, and that's it. So 2 1s, and that's all we're gonna do. Nothing else, nothing crazy. We're gonna go ahead and just jump into this draft. So we got the 6th overall pick. Where are we gonna go? Montgomery here. If he falls to us, that's gonna be our guy. If Montgomery's not there, we're gonna go Phillips. So hopefully Montgomery falls to us. Oh, you fuck! excuse my language, I hate Washington Redskins. I lost to them, and then they just took the corner that I wanted. Are you? I expected him to go at the top of the draft with us, but I didn't expect him to go in the top 5. That is something level frustrating. So we can go Danny Long. We could go Danny Long, but it's just I really felt like Montgomery was the dude, and I'm not set on Danny Long. I'm not there with Danny Long. He was the guy. But I'm gonna get my safety now before we have any other issues. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is a solid pickup for the free safety position. Yes, he's a slow development. Ignore that. But with the 92 speed and 92 acceleration, that's something that we can definitely get down with. 86 hit power is solid because he's playing a free safety position. But the 81 zone, that's where we're at. That's where we're going to make our bread and butter. Get his play rate up to it. He's going to be a ball hawk on the top of the key. And that's something I'm more than comfortable with having. That's a great first-round pick. That's a solid first-round pick. So we took him just because obviously Montgomery went, and I didn't want to miss out on both of my top draft prospects. So we're just going ahead, fast forward it, see what we can get at 31. So the number 1 running back is there, but taking a running back in the first round is just not my cup of tea. That dude didn't run well. The guard, we don't need a guard position. So brings me back to Curry Phillips. Now we can go get Curry Edwards, sorry. Now we can go get Curry Edwards and kind of set ourselves up there. And just kind of live with it. I mean, we want him. And everything else that we looked at is pretty much later in the draft. There's not many guys that are going at the top of the draft that we were like, oh, we got to have this guy on our roster. So I'm just going over the pass rushing position real quick just to be sure, because I don't want to miss out on another possible like impactful piece. McNary, okay, yeah, we looked at him. Once again, bulkier pass rusher. Don't want a bulkier pass rusher. We got this guy, but once again, yeah, he's a bulkier pass rusher. I don't know why they didn't. Okay, yeah, let's just do it. Let's do it. Let's go get a receiver. Possible Florence replacement. Yeah, Curry Edwards. Let's do it. Oh, 88 acceleration. That turns me off more than you know. Like, that's... I'm not getting that pick back. I'm just not getting that pick back. That's frustrating. That's more than frustrating. That's... man. The acceleration is just not where it's at for me. That's bad. That's bad for business. Alright, let's go ahead and get to our 5th round picks and let the draft really begin. Hopefully some of our guys are still there. I think right out of the gate, just because we didn't get our corner at the top of the draft, I'm going to go get Clark right away. I'm just going to get Clark right out of the gate. I'm not even going to waste any time with him because I once again, he's a guy that I want on my roster. I must have on my roster. And look at that. Yeah, he's there. Oh, okay. All right. That's not what I was hoping for. I was hoping that zone could be a little bit better, couldn't it? His agility is good, speed is good, acceleration is good. He's gonna be solid. He's gonna make some name for us. So like I'm gonna start him probably just because I need it. I need the cornerback help. Runner gotta go. Runner just wasn't making enough plays last year for us. So I could have went Danny Long and I didn't. So I'm gonna have to live with the consequences of my actions regardless of anything. Malcolm Simmons, that's gonna be a guy that we might have to come back and check out. All right, so pass rusher for sure right here. We got a safety, so we're just going to go ahead and go to the pass rushing position. I think there was the Navy guy that we were looking at that is no longer here, that we lost. All of the middle linebackers are depleted. Who's this guy? I was like 6'3", the middle linebackers always just kind of piqued my interest. All right. No more outside pass rushers over here either. So pretty much all of our ping pass rushers are gone, except for this guy, but he's on the bulkier side. He was going to be a luxury pick. Okay, we got Hendricks. We might have to go Hendricks. Yeah, let's just do Hendricks. Get him out of the way. Good speed, good acceleration. Strength is on the weaker side. Don't care for that. Block shedding is dirt nasty, and I don't like that at all. Must have. But yeah, that's not what we're looking for. And I didn't pick up any free agents. I was hoping to do something in the draft. So yeah, really feeling that now. Really feeling that. There was a running back that we're looking at as well. She's not until 6th round, so we're gonna hold off on him. There's got to be another pass rusher that I missed out on, right? There has to be. There has to be one more guy that we missed out on. Yeah, he ran a 4.81. I need some speed on the outside, man. I gotta have something. There's this lone right end. He's nothing. Rarely will I find anybody at that position. Left outside linebacker. We're talking about cover. He ran a 4.84. Yeah, we're gonna be back in the pass rushing doghouse. Like that's frustrating. That's frustrating. We got Ash here. He's supposed to be projected 6th round. We're picking in the 2nd. With the 2nd pick in the 6th round. Let's go ahead and pick up Ash. See what he's about. Good speed, hip power, block shedding 73. He has finesse moves already in place, so that means something we can definitely build off of. What's his acceleration? 83. I always like higher acceleration. The higher the acceleration, the better. Top speed is the acceleration, especially for a pass rusher. You definitely want that. You definitely want that acceleration for a pass rusher over speed. I'll just go look at our draft board while I'm messing around. Let's see. So the safety position pretty much is locked up. So I'm gonna kind of ignore all the safeties. We got Monk here. Okay, he ran a 4.50. We're just gonna drop him off the list now. He ran a 4.8. We're gonna drop him off the list. Ooh, Randall. Randall is interesting. He's undrafted though. So we're gonna come back to him. We're gonna drop that middle linebacker, drop that D tackle. And then this right tackle, yeah, that was just for shits and giggles. Drop him. Safety. Yeah, I need a safeties. I got him though. So we got Brent there. Okay, we're gonna drop him. Oh, where's that tight end? There was a tight end that didn't participate in the combine. I think I probably passed him, or he's already gone. Yeah, he's gone. What's it do? Run a 4.77. He's undrafted. Oh, time is ticking. Alright, so with time ticking, let's go ahead and get one of these corners. Acceleration is trash. I had a feeling that was coming. But once again, just create some depth. Why not? See what happens. I'm gonna go clean up my draft board a little bit. The draft board's kind of messy. I'm not liking it. So I may have messed up. Yeah, I did. I messed up. That was my running back. Why didn't I get my running back? Why didn't I get my running back? I'm just not even thinking. Did he go? Let's see if I remember his name. No. There he is. San Fran got him. San Fran. Alright. Alright, so let's look at our draft board. I'm just all over the place. Stewart, 6'4". Okay. I'm gonna get this tight end, check this tight end out, see what he's looking like. Ooh. That's not bad. Obviously, catching traffic is being really bad. It's frustrating, but that 73 round blocking is enticing, and also the 84 acceleration with 80 speed. Like I don't want a burner. Like you don't gotta have 90 speed at tight end position, but some decent acceleration and good run blocking. I'm not too mad with that pick. I'm good with that pick. I'm happy with that pick for sure. Probably one of my better picks of the draft. Oh. And I think I missed out on another player that I said that we were going to pick up, which was the guard. And yeah, he's gone too. So running back, power back, and we're gonna drop him off the list. I need to get rid of these safeties. Like, there's so many safeties here. Like, I knew I needed safety, but geez, not that bad. So 26. I'm just gonna start jumping these bench reps. If you ain't got the bench reps, I'm just gonna drop you off. Okay. Just gonna get our wide receiver. See what he's about. Good acceleration. Top speed's not there, but once again, he has acceleration I'm looking for. 95 jumping. I think he's a guy that can consistently, probably, if Florence goes down, could be a possible replacement for Florence. I'm good with that. I missed out on so many players. I had like this whole draft board mapped out, and when Washington took my guy, they threw a wrench in the plan for sure. McBro, I really don't care about him. Drop him. So look, I got all safeties right now. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It's just all safeties. I'm gonna take this tight end, or tight end's tackle. Luxury pick, great pick. Love the strength. Run blocking's there. Straight up project guy, but you know, we get the impact to about an 80, 81. In about 2 years, this guy's gonna be worth it. He's gonna be a good pick. And oh, we got one more pick. See what we got. So draft board. There's all safeties. So I'm not gonna stress the safety position. I feel like we got our guy, and then we got some starters. We got some decent depth there. Just gonna look at it available. Let's see what's at the top of the draft. What's looking good. Don't really need D tackle. Got some centers. Quarterback? I don't know what my quarterback situation looks like as far as behind my starter. Probably should investigate that, but did not. What running backs are left? He ran a 4.69 though. Ugh. You know what? I'm gonna mess with that 4.69. We got this dude right here. Let's mess with him. Ah, the acceleration was like 1 takeoff 90. I'm gonna mess with that running back. And that's it. That's gonna be it for this draft. 2 running backs went at the bottom of the draft. So the Washington Redskins got our corner. I can't remember the guard's name, and I wasn't really paying attention, the guard or the tight end. But I want to see that corner, because that corner was supposed to be the cornerstone of this piece, or the cornerstone of the draft. The guy that was going to really kind of tie the draft. Why did I land on the Ravens? Oh, okay. There we go. He was going to be the cornerstone of this draft. He was going to be the guy that, yeah. Yeah, they got me. They got me good. That boy is solid. That's a good starting corner right there. That's a guy that's going to be consistently a problem for teams left and right. He's eventually going to replace Josh Norman, and that's going to be, they're going to have some good starting corner action going on. And then the Niners with the running back. That's going to be the other guy. Let's see what we got here. Oh, nope. That's their starter. So they got a decent starter, and they picked up, oh my God, we missed out on the gem again. Oh, I am drafting like crap. 91 acceleration, 94 speed, good top end speed, good burst. Like he is exactly what you want in a starter running back. And with quick development, he's going to be a solid stud coming out of the gate right away. And they got him another little speedster too. San Fran's running back situation is solid. All right, so I think that's it. Overall, my draft grade, if I had to rate my draft this year, a solid D minus, solid D. Like, I didn't get anything that I truly was going out to get. I got some depth at the cornerback position. I got some serious depth at the cornerback position, but I got some guys that I'm really going to be intrigued with starting this year. Clark is going to be the guy. Like, I'm hopefully I can pan Clark, or kind of mold Clark into something solid. Werner Hargraves, and I'm going to end up moving him. This is my backup quarterback situation that's really sketch. Probably should do something with that next year, or this upcoming year. My starter is solid though. I like my starter. Your running back position, and we got Andre Hall still. Like, we still got Hall. And Hall is not a bad running back. He just doesn't move like Freeman. Like, let me let you guys understand. Like, Freeman moves just so much more fluid on the sticks. Dude's a monster. And then the wide receiver position, we did add a wide receiver behind. Really, he's going to be behind Florence and Curry Edwards. I'm happy with the pickup, but I'm kind of because of acceleration. But then Stewart actually kind of brought it home for me a little bit with his acceleration. But I don't feel like we got better at that position. We did improve at the tight end position with the rookie that we just picked up. I'm really interested in probably going to possibly start this guy. He got better acceleration than Green. His catching is not obviously up to Green's. Route running is about the same, honestly. Look, the route running is the same. CIT is going to be a problem, but that's hopefully something we can fix in time. Release is a little bit better. Run blocking significantly better. Impact blocking is better. So that's where he's going to make his hay. When we go to run the ball, Harold is going to be the guy that we're going to have to kind of lean on. And so that's going to be something as well. But that's it. I didn't improve the pass rushing position, but hopefully we'll be okay. Hopefully, no promises. We still got Lester. Like I said, Lester's not bad, but he doesn't do it, man. He just doesn't get jiggy with it. I guess that's the best way I can say it. I don't know. I'm about to investigate the pass rush situation. I think that we might end up having somebody. We might have a star in the making. Who knows? Have to figure out something. But that's it. I'm going to take care of these off-screen transactions. So Vernon Hargraves is going to move. I might possibly move Lester as well. Get the roster down to a solid 53-man roster. Next time you guys are going to see this team, they're going to be on the field for week 1. I'm excited. This is exciting. This team is exciting. Like, I'm still having fun doing this. I hope you guys didn't like this. If you do, give it a thumbs up. I know it's kind of lengthy. I was hoping to kind of get through it pretty quickly, but whatever. I hope you guys did enjoy it, though. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up. And if you're not a footballologist yet, go and subscribe to the YouTube channel today. Become a footballologist. And stay safe, football fans. I did not mean to do that. All right, here we go.